Morning at Desmond Hall. And to the eye of an outsider, the great estate would appear to be quiet and serene. But within its walls, there are those who can know no peace, for they are trying to solve the mystery of a murdered girl. A girl who may or may not have been killed by Jean-Paul Desmond. And as they get closer and closer to the truth, new mysteries emerge. Mysteries which touch the lives of others. Before this day is over, they will learn something new and terrifying.
For your sake, as well as his, I hope Jean-Paul is innocent.
He is. He must be.
Well, if he's not, I'll be here. In the meantime, I want you free from harm.
Ah, there you are.
Don't you ever knock.
Oh, sorry. I just thought you'd be eager to hear what I have to say. I know who killed Agatha Pruitt.
Who?
What will you do if I tell you? Will you go to the police?
Yes, of course, if there's proof.
Oh, there's proof. But he'll probably deny it.
He? Who are you talking about?
Laszlo.
What?
Laszlo killed Agatha Pruitt. Well, aren't you going to say something?
How do you know?
I heard Laszlo threatened to kill her.
When?
The night she died.
What did he say to her?
You keep quiet or I'll kill you.
Those were his exact words.
Well, as close as I can remember them.
But, keep quiet about what? What did he mean? Do you know?
I'm not sure. But I do know that Laszlo has lots of secrets about himself.
Such as?
Such as Irene Hatter. Maybe Agatha found out that Irene and Laszlo had something going for themselves, and she threatened to tell my mother. I don't know.
Well, let's start at the beginning. And where did this happen?
In the drawing room.
And were you there?
No, I was coming down the stairs and I heard voices. The voices of Laszlo and Agatha. They seemed to be in an argument, so I stopped to listen.
And you heard Laszlo threaten to kill her?
Yes.
And what did Agatha say?
She was scared and she ran out of the house and Laszlo followed her.
And then?
Well, she didn't arrive back for a long time. So Jean-Paul got worried about her. We went out to look for her. We never found her. She was already dead.
But then you didn't witness the actual killing.
No, but who else could have done it?
Well, at least we know that Laszlo had a motive. Thin as it is.
Well, unfortunately, a motive isn't evidence.
This is.
What is this?
Agatha's compact. I found it in Laszlo's pocket.
In his pocket?
Yes, his coat was on a chair. I saw a newspaper in his pocket, and I wanted to read it, so I took it, and that fell out on the floor.
When?
Oh, a couple of days after the murder.
Do you recognize it?
Yes, it was Agatha's.
She probably dropped it while Laszlo was strangling her, and he put it in his pocket to hide it.
A pocket seems a very strange place to hide something for a murderer.
Well, yes, but, I mean, it is evidence, isn't it? It's something.
Perhaps.
Why didn't you tell all this to the police?
Well, I was afraid no one would believe me. And I didn't want to get involved.
And now you do.
Laszlo's made my mother's life miserable. I want him to pay for it. So you go to the police and you tell them that you found the murderer. I want to see Laszlo rot in jail for the rest of his life.
Well, do you think he's telling the truth?
Why would he lie?
Well, he hates Laszlo, obviously.
But enough to lie? To make up everything he just said?
I don't know. We'll have to be objective about it. Now, Laszlo might have had a motive. And we might have just stumbled across some important evidence. Now, that's all.
Then you're not going to go to the police?
No, not yet. Not until we find out something more.
And I thought we'd finally gotten somewhere.
Well, perhaps we have. If Court's telling the truth, we may be very close to proving Laszlo's our murderer.
My dear,
What is it?
where have you been all morning?
Out for a walk?
Must have been a very long walk. You've been gone all morning.
I needed to think.
About what?
I'd rather not say.
Where are you going?
Out.
I think it's time you and I had a talk.
Not now.
Now.
All right, Laszlo. Let's talk.
What's on your mind? You might as well tell me.
A great many things.
Did Court tell you something that upset you?
Yes.
I know what he told you, and it's ridiculous.
Is it?
My dear Ada, the boy has an active imagination. He's concocted some romantic fantasy about Irene Hatter and me, and that's all it is, a fantasy.
He said...
That he saw us kissing.
Yes.
He did. He's telling the truth.
Laszlo.
But he distorted what he saw. Yes, it's true, I kissed Irene, but it was only a friendly peck on the cheek as I was leaving her cottage, nothing more.
You know I want to believe you.
And believe me, I wouldn't lie to you. You're my wife. I love you.
Don't say that if you don't mean it.
Of course I mean it. You're my wife.
People marry for many reasons.
What's that supposed to mean?
Never mind.
Ada, look at me. You are my wife, and I love you. There's no one else but you. You must believe that.
I believe it. Because I want to believe it. But if I find out that you've been lying to me...
Come here.
Laszlo?
Well, if what Court says is true, then Laszlo had both the opportunity and the motive.
Yes, but he may have been with someone that night. Someone who could provide him with an alibi.
Well, Philip's gone to question Mrs. Thaxton. I didn't see him anywhere around here. Did you?
I don't remember much about that night. I remember searching for Agatha, but that's all.
Jean-Paul, you are innocent. I know you are. I know it.
Oh, Mrs. Thaxton.
Oh, Philip.
Am I disturbing you?
Oh, no, not really. I didn't hear you come in.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Questions?
About Agatha Pruitt? I'm curious about her. And I understand her death is still something of a mystery.
Oh, that poor girl. I hate to think about it.
What do you know about her?
Well, Jean-Paul brought her here. Apparently, she had left home, family problems, I believe. And Jean-Paul felt sorry for her and invited her to stay here.
What was she like?
She seemed like a very nice girl. I didn't really know her very well.
Did you know anybody who disliked her?
No. I really don't know.
Do you remember the night she died?
Vividly.
What happened?
Well, until we found that she was dead, It seemed to be an ordinary evening. I went to bed early, and Raxel woke me, told me what had happened. I remember asking Raxel to stay with me for the whole night because I was afraid to be alone.
Then you were alone. Your husband wasn't with you.
Why do you ask that? Answer me. Why are you asking these questions?
He's looking for the murderer. Prepare yourself for shock. The man he's looking for is your husband.
Court.
Laszlo killed Agatha Pruitt, and he's going to pay for it.
How can you say such a thing? Please don't listen to him.
He already has. And I'm not making blind accusations. I have proof.
What are you talking about?
We'll find out.
Would you please leave me alone to talk with my son?
Yes, of course.
What did you say to him?
I told him only the truth.
Which is?
The night that Agatha Pruitt died, I heard Laszlo and her having an argument. He threatened to kill her.
I don't believe it.
I heard it with my own 2 ears.
That doesn't mean anything.
It also means that I have proof of it, too. I found Agatha Pruitt's compact in his pocket. Now, what was he doing with it?
Did you tell Philip about that?
Naturally.
And what is he planning on doing?
Go to the police, I suppose.
Do you want Laszlo to be accused of murder?
If he's guilty, he should be punished
But
for
he
it.
didn't do it, you know that.
I don't know if he didn't do it or not, neither do you. Was he here that night? You don't know. I heard you tell Philip.
I remember now where he was. He had drinks with friends, the Alexanders, I believe.
Was he at the Alexanders all night?
He wasn't out all night. He may have been out late, but it wasn't all night.
What time?
I don't know. I was asleep.
Well, I can tell you exactly what time it was. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. I heard him sneaking down the hall like I've heard him do so often.
That's a lie. Laszlo may be many things, but he is not a murderer. How dare you accuse him of it?
You made the biggest mistake of your life when you married Laszlo. He doesn't love you.
Stop it.
He married you for your money, or should I say, the money that I'm going to inherit.
I said stop it.
Doesn't love you.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
He doesn't now, he never did, and never will. I didn't want to tell you, Mother. I didn't want to hurt you. But you gotta face the truth.
Never speak to me that way again. Do you hear me? I don't care if you are my son. But if you speak like that to me ever again, I will ask you to leave this house and never come back. Do you understand me?
I understand you.
Philip, there has been a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding?
Yes, I think I know where Laszlo was the night Agatha Pruitt died.
Where?
Well, I have to see someone before I can tell you, but promise you won't do anything until I talk with you.
All right.
Thank you. May I come in?
Ada, my dear. This is a pleasant surprise.
Pleasant?
A surprise, at any rate. It's so seldom that you drop in on me. It's usually Laszlo who appears at my door.
Well, I won't be staying long. I only came to ask you one question.
And what's that?
Do you remember the night that Agatha Pruitt died?
Yes? Why?
Was Laszlo with you?
I really don't recall.
I thought you remembered the night.
Well, Laszlo may have dropped in, or it could have been another evening.
Please, I must know the truth.
Why is that night so important?
Laszlo may be accused of murder.
Murder?
The murder of Agatha Pruitt. Just answer my question. Was Laszlo with you that night?
Yes,
How long did he stay?
for quite a while.
He stayed all night, didn't he?
Yes.
I see. Will you testify in his behalf if it becomes necessary?
I'll testify.
Strange, I nearly said thank you.
Shall we be honest with one another?
Oh, yes, let's.
You know about Laszlo and me. What are you planning to do?
I have no plans.
Are you going to forgive him?
I don't honestly know.
You will. You're the forgiving type, my dear.
You know something, Irene? You underestimate me. You think I'm weak. Well, I'm not. I know how to fight for what I want.
Meaning Laszlo.
Meaning stay away from my husband.
And if I don't?
Don't try me.
This has been a most interesting conversation, but I think everything has been said that has needed to be.
I think so.
But this is outrageous. How dare he try and accuse me of murder? I'll have it out with him right now.
Never mind, Court. I want to talk about us.
Ada, whatever Irene told you,
I know all the things she said is the truth. Don't bother to deny it.
I do deny
I
it.
don't believe it.
But perhaps there was a silly flirtation. It meant nothing to me. You must believe that.
Why should I believe that?
Because you're my wife.
I can soon get rid of that title. There's such a thing as a divorce.
Now wait.
No, you wait. I will give you one last chance. And if you deceive me again, our marriage is over. Remember that.
Why did you lie? I didn't lie, but I did hear Laszlo threaten her.
And the compact?
I found it.
In Laszlo's pocket.
Well, no. But it could have dropped out of his pocket. I found it on the cliffs.
In other words, you were lying.
I still believe Laszlo killed her. I always will believe that.
Emily,
What is it?
I think I'm beginning to remember.
What?
That night, the night that Agatha died. I remember talking to Court. And I remember we left the house together. And then we parted.
And?
Fog. I remember walking in fog. Fog all around me. It's like a dream, but I can remember.
Is that all you can remember?
No. I remember hearing Court's voice somewhere ahead of me, calling Agatha's name over and over again. And then, from out of the fog, someone appears. A girl.
Agatha?
Yes. Agatha. She's speaking to me, but I can't hear her. I start walking toward her, and she backs away from me. She's frightened, I can tell. But I keep walking toward her and walking toward her until...
No, don't say it.
I killed her!